Hello and welcome to Module 1 of 4, Evaluation. This is going to be amazing. It's going to help you take control of your time. This is where the journey starts. Again, my name is Ryan Dunphy. I'll be your tour guide today. I'm a corporate guest speaker and consultant on time management. I'm really excited to share these tips and tools and resources with you. So let's jump right into it here. So what we're looking at is starting with evaluation. So everything must start here. We have to get clear on where we're at. We spend a lot of time thinking about where we want to be, where we want to go, how we want to be living our lives. But we have to get clear on where we are right now. We have to be honest with ourselves. So what is evaluation? It's getting really clear on where you're at, getting super honest with that. So that way you can set your GPS because it always needs that beginning in order to calculate the route. So the system here is the Epic time management system. We went over this in the introduction. If you haven't seen that video, I have the link below to the overview of the entire system. So step one is evaluation. Then we're going to move into prioritization, intentionality, and then consistency. So we want you to figure out where is your starting point, prioritize that which is most important, be intentional and focused and not distracted and not going after those squirrels, being very intentional with how you are spending and investing your time. And then consistency. We're going to talk all about momentum because we don't want you to just do this for a day or a week or a month. We want you to use this system moving forward because everything is constantly in motion and you need to take control of your time. So why is evaluation important? I saw this quote and I wanted to share this with you because achieving success in any endeavor always must start with clarity of vision. So where am I going? A clear idea of that, not just I want to move somewhere in that direction. It's let's give me an endpoint. Let's give me a destination and rigorous honesty about your current situation. So we're going to be talking about a lot of different things today. And I want you to be honest with yourself. This is, your own personal journey on how you're using time, how you're managing yourself and your time and your energy and your activities. But you have to be honest. Don't kid yourself to say, hey, I'm doing a great job with this, or I have all this time, I have this. I want you to be honest because that's going to make this journey a lot easier and a lot faster. So you have to be constantly honest with yourself. There may be distractions, there may be detours, there may be setbacks. That's okay. We're going to stay really committed to where we're headed, but we're going to be flexible on the path, kind of like hiking or flying a plane or driving a car. Not very often you are pointed exactly at where you're going. You're going in that general direction. None of our roads are perfectly straight towards that destination. Someday when we have flying cars, that's when it's going to be so much more efficient. It's going to be up, over, and down instead of all these different turns that we make. But what I want you to give yourself permission is to be flexible on that journey, and that's okay. So again, just like our GPS, we have to hit that start point so that way the GPS can calculate the endpoint, calculate our route. And again, it's not a perfectly straight line. It's going to do this, and that's okay. So we could spend a ton of time evaluating exactly where you're at. We could do all kinds of analysis, all these different metrics, but I'm going to take a wild guess. If you're watching this video, you don't have a ton of time and you want to take control of it. So I want to give you a very simple but wildly effective way to do that. So who remembers back in school having pop quizzes? I think this permeates all areas of society. So if I was to give you a pop quiz right now, and you had to give yourself a grade on how you use your time, you should think about today, this past week, this past month, even this past year. If you had to average those, how would you grade your use of time? Would you be excellent? Do you need some improvement? Are you about middle of the road? Do you need some help? Needs a lot of improvement? Or are you failing miserably right now and everything feels like a dumpster fire? That's okay. You're in the right spot. So I want you to be honest with that. What I've created for you, and there's a link for it below this video, is a 3-day time tracker. So again, wildly simple, but wildly effective. This is a 1-page thing I want you to print out. And out before noon and afternoon, I want you to evaluate. How did the first half of your day go? What are some things that I accomplished? And how would I grade my use of time? All you have to do is circle one. And again, in the afternoon, what are 3 things that I accomplished after lunchtime or after 12 o'clock? And how would I rate my use of time in the second half of the day? This is going to be important when we analyze this a little bit later. So what I want you to do is print this out, track your activity for 3 days, and get a feel for, that rigorous honesty, ongoing honesty with how are you spending your time? Are your mornings better for you? Is the afternoon better for you? And then what we're going to look to do is to move up one letter grade. We're not going all the way to an A plus. If you're at a C or a B minus, I just want you to go up a little bit. What are going to be those little steps that we can start to take? Because this is a very important thing to focus on, but we want to be intentional and, make it sustainable. So little changes are going to make a big impact. So think about what can you do to move up one letter grade? What is something that maybe you need to add into your day? Maybe what's something you need to subtract from your day, just so you can move up one letter grade. So as a recap, we want to be honest with yourself, and this evaluation is a perfectly private thing, so you're the only one that's going to see this. And what is it going to take to move up one letter grade? So I want you to go do that worksheet. Our next step is prioritization, and this is going to be, how do I get the right things done? How do I get more of those right things done in less time? So it's all about having our priorities in order. So we'll see you then.